you've served your entire life, quite literally in the military and just like being an educator. We spoke, and I probably asked you some of these same questions in DC, but can you kind of tell me when you decided to make the change, like once you stepped away from the military to education?
Yes. So when I had my son when I was in the military and knew, hey, it's not very conducive to a family environment, so I made the choice to get out of the military. My degree was actually not in education, and so I was in healthcare marketing and insurance, and just was never fulfilled with that. And I was very fortunate that I had a boss that said, you've always talked about education. Go and sub and see if that's something that you would like to do. And so I did that for a little bit and decided absolutely, and went through the process of becoming alternatively certified. And so that was probably about 10 years after I got out of the military, and was the best move I've ever made in my life.
Why do you say that?
I think what's great about the field of education is, there is a giant focus on students, right? And I love the fact that I have the ability to impact students every day. But now that I'm in the role I'm in as being a building principal, I'm not only having the ability to impact our students and their families, but I get to witness our teachers and our staff members doing that same purpose every single day. And so watching that extension and watching people serve and their love and desire to see people flourish is just very rewarding for me every single day.
So when did you step away from the military? What year was that?
I stepped away in 2011.
Okay.
Yes.
Was it a hard decision to step away?
It was. I initially went in because it's just something I always thought about doing, and everyone always told me I couldn't. And I'm definitely going to go after something if you tell me I can't do it. And I loved the people that I got to serve with. Those people become your family and support you through everything. And I was stationed in Hawaii when I came back from deployment, so I didn't have any family really with me. My family is here locally. And you just learn to depend on one another. And that sense of camaraderie is really difficult to find outside of the military. I will say, as I've transitioned into this position, though, I'm starting to feel a lot of the same things that I felt while I was serving in the military.
Yeah. What else kind of is similar or reminds you maybe of your service in this position?
I think some of it is just understanding that everybody has a different path, right? And in the military, you get people from all different walks of life, and that's what we have come into our schools every day. And so I'm able to see things that are very similar from what my experiences were people in the military, but then also thinking through just scenarios I had while I was in the military, because I was military police, and at one point I had the opportunity to be a DARE officer. I'm kind of serving in the same way, not necessarily with that particular mission in mind, but getting to do some of those similar things with teaching and educating. Also, I think I had the ability to lead adults in the military as I was a team leader, and I get to do that every day alongside a very fantastic team here at the Freshman Academy.
Beside, like you just said, getting leadership skills in your time in the military, what else do you think kind of prepared you for this position that you didn't know was even going to happen? I mean, that you maybe got from your time in service?
I think understanding that you have to be flexible. Not every day is going to be the same. Different things are going to come at you. Some are really great and some are really heavy. And really understanding that you have to approach everything knowing that it's not always black and white. We have to be flexible and move with the ebbs and flows of each day and each situation. And ultimately, I think you also have to understand that it's really important to approach things very level-headed. I need to make sure that my emotions are in check. I can't make emotional decisions, but I can be there and support people in those hard times while still maintaining that level of, I hear you, I see you, but just keeping that solid face to make sure that they feel seen.
What, I guess, does service look like to you now that you're an educator and a principal?
It's a hard question. I think service now is more of, in the military, we're going to go do this mission. Like my main mission when I was deployed was we were training Iraqi police how to do searches and seizures. Here, it's more, how can I serve you to reach your mission? Like, what are you wanting to do? How can I help you get there? What struggles do you have so I can help you work through them and help them break down some of the roadblocks that they're experiencing? You don't have that much flexibility in the military because you're told this is your mission. Broken Arrow has an incredible mission, and we go through that every single day with our students. But I also know our students have their own personal mission, and it's our job to match our mission and theirs so that they can be successful in their pathway.
Do you think your past self would be proud of you?
It's a hard question. I've never been asked that. I do. I think a lot of times people in general, we're not very good about saying we're proud of ourselves or acknowledging when we've done something well. We focus on negative of ourselves, but having that mindset shift of, oh, it's okay to be proud, is kind of hard, and I typically am not a very emotional person. You could ask my husband that, he'd probably tell you I'm not, but I've never really looked at it in that perspective of, would your past self be proud of you? And I think they would.